Welcome to the Predpool channel. Let's hang out and talk about action figures. I'm just a guy who loves to collect action figures of characters I grew up with. Action figure love in every shape and size, bringing back memories, making me feel alive. Action figure love from old to brand new. They're more than toys of dreams coming true. Searching for rare ones, hunting high and low. Each one tells a story, a tale to show. From superheroes to villains, they're all here. Action figures bringing joy year after year.
Hey, welcome back everyone. This is Predpool. Thank you for clicking on my video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Savage Crucible Krieger, the Shunned. I just got this item today, so I haven't taken it out of the package yet. So I can see right off the bat, we see the front of the box, and here we have the back of the box with some writing. So if you haven't received these products before, here's a quick story about what the line is about. When you open it up, you will see inside us as far as the story for the character, and in the box you'll see the action figure with all his accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and take this guy out of the box. Okay, so I took the tray out of the box, and some of the items that are inside of it, you get the card that's behind the inside sleeve, and in the bottom of the tray here you'll also get a mystery weapon. So again, I haven't taken it out yet. Well, I'll get to that in a few minutes. So as you can see, he comes here with his sword, he comes here with his sheath, and he comes with the axe, and he comes with the extra head sculpt. He has his extra hands, so he has like reaching out hands, and he has extra holding weapon hands, in which they different angles as far as you can move his wrist. So let's go ahead and take him out of the tray. And he just has one twisty or one plastic there we go. So here we go. I take him out, and right off the bat there's nothing tight. Now I'm in Florida, so that's probably going to be a factor for me. So as we can see here, I can bend them with no issues without me having to put in a dryer or hair dryer or hot water. But again, based on the location I'm in, that could be a factor. But he doesn't feel loose as far as like as far as oh, it's not well done, as far as floppiness or anything like that. But I do tell that he is I can tell that he's a little bit different from the Lemurians, the lizard characters from wave 1. As far as his joints, they feel easier to move around. They had a certain stiffness to them, while this guy doesn't. So yeah, I'm really impressed so far as that. So let me stand him up here. And that's another thing. Back, the first wave they had issues with the feet, so there's no issues with standing him up. So again, let's take a look at his second head that he comes with. So here's a close-up of it. See if I can get it zoomed. There we go. He has scars on his face, which is nicely painted and sculpted. And then he has here a knot for his hair in the back. We want to take out his axe. Now the tray, it's pretty deep, his tray, so some of his items is kind of hard to get out. Here's his axe. So it's really nicely done. You got the wraps, the color for the wood and the metal. So excellent job on this. So again, if you're familiar with this line with the first wave, you know that the sculpts and paint is top notch. Let's see, here we go. Okay, let me see if I can get him there now. So here we have his sheath for his sword. Now it seems that his ankles is a bit loose on mine. Those he keeps flopping over, and as I position him, he's also kind of top heavy with all the armor. Let's see if he falls down again. I think he's good now. So here we have the sheath for his sword. Very nice design. So it's like a lot of wraps, got bone and so forth in there. And here you have the peg that you put on his back. And I'm assuming you can probably also put on this side if you want, just like on the other items on the first wave. Here's his sword. Really nicely detailed. And going into the sheath, if you do it the way like it's curved here, it feels a little bit loose. I think if I saw someone else say it, if you flip it around, it's tight, but it's not going in for me if I try to force it. So if I push this all the way, there we go. So yeah, go with the curve with the sword, and you have to push it all the way in to make sure that it doesn't fall out. So then you're good. And then he's got this little handle here. And again, I saw in another review, I apologize if I can't remember who it was. You don't really know what it's for, but the way they reached out to Harbinger Studios, and what it's supposed to do is they see this like shield on his belt is removable. So you take it out, you're stuck with the peg there, like a belly button that didn't get cut out correctly when he was born. So you have that there. So now you're stuck with that mental image. You're welcome. So then you take this, and then you'll plug this in there. You can see off camera, because this is like a rubbery material, that front shit. There we go. So you got like this mini shield that you can use, and then you can put on his hand. So it's kind of like, like a James Bond type thing going on here, where he just kind of has weapons hitting everywhere. And he does have kind of a tight grip. There we go, got it. So now he's got a mini shield. Yes. So there we go. So he's got a mini shield that he can use in those really tight situations where, he just wants to block that blade from someone. Alright, but I probably will never use it that way. Maybe I will, I don't know. I'm going to put it back on this belt. Now let's see if putting it back is it isn't, because again, the shield itself is like a rubbery. So I was able to put it back in. So you're not going to hear a snap or anything like that. So that's that. Put it back. So far, my impressions is I really like this character. No issues moving his joints around. He accessories, I think it's come very nice. The only thing I would say is I'm going to put an image here. If you notice on like his belt area, the fur, it's kind of gray, very plastically. It's got some, if you notice, it's got some yellowish, brownish paint over it to kind of give it, but I kind of would prefer a brownish fur. And actually his card that I saw online, it is brown, but here in the figure is gray. And it's the same as on the shoulder. So you can do like it's a gray wolf fur. I might down the road paint it in a brownish color, so that it matches more with the card. And then back here you'll have your peg for the sword that you can put it in. If you notice, you have your two holes here if you want to put different armor on them, whether it be from the armor pack or from the previous line. If you want to use something from there, he has one of the holes already is for the shoulder armor with the bone. It's already in one of those holes. So you can see he's got that one already in there. Okay, so let's see, at least I'll have him with his axe in his hand. So let's show him holding one of his weapons. And yeah, it is very tight grip he has, which is good because you don't want to have a loose grip. And there he is. So I'll keep him like that for now. So yeah, I'm digging this figure quite a lot. I'm glad I got him. I didn't get him from the Kickstarter because at that time I was concentrating more on the Lemurians and also on the fish characters. The humans I kind of to myself said, well, I can either get later, then I can use other lines, whether it be X-Ray, or I can use also 4 horsemen characters for the human parts. So I wasn't in a rush to get them for the second wave, but now that I got the paid for the first and third wave, now I had the funds to go ahead for the humans, since they weren't at priority at that time for me. All right, so let's go ahead about the card here. Let's see which card I got. So all of these packages, all these figures, they come with a card. So again, you want to look behind the sleeve in your box. If there is no factory error, you should get one. As of this time, all my figures have always come with the card, so they've been pretty good regarding that. Ooh, and I think I got one of those rare ones. It looks like it's one of those. Yeah, this one's nice. It's got a yep. So I'm really happy I got this one. Maybe someone who's more deep into the collection can say how rare or how valuable this card is. So it's Tavro's Guard. So it's not really of the main characters, one that one can make up from the accessory pack. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. Now let's see for the mystery weapon. I got about 4 of them already, so hopefully I get something different this time. Oh, nice. I've been wanting a fire one. I haven't gotten one like this before. So I definitely wanted something like this. So nice. So I got 2 more figures on the way, so we'll see what we'll get them. But I haven't gotten a fire-based special weapon, so I actually might use it with him. That's gonna be awesome. I'm so glad. So yeah. So if Savage Crucible or Harbinger Studios watching this video, watch this video. Thank you guys. I really wanted that weapon or that type of weapon. So let's do some comparisons. So let's leave him there. And let's start off with some other horned type warriors on their helmet. Here I got a He-Man, which I kind of put together some different parts. So put him there to get an idea of his size. And then we'll put Mezco King Conan. But again, I swapped heads, so he'll have the one from the second version put on the third version body. Okay, so there you go. We got 3 warriors here with their horns ready for battle. So I'll get those 2 out of the way. Now let's put here another Harbinger Studio figure. Here we have a Lemurian Shadow Slate with some armor that I slapped on him. And I did a little bit of customized paint. And here we have Axie Toys Dino. I forgot the full name for him, but again, so this will be a good fight between these 2 guys here. Definitely looking forward to take pictures of them duking it out. So get those out. Now let's put here a Mezco. Let's put the Mezco version of Conan. Again, I accessorized them with different parts from other lines, etc. Made them my own. So there he is. And next one, we'll put an X-ray figure. With again, I like to always put different parts from different lines or accessory packs with my figures to just make my own version, or just kind of like distinguish for my own. Okay, now let's put some ladies here. Let's see how some ladies will look next to him. Here we have Boss Fight Studio Red Sonja. So she looks nice next to him. I think she fits quite well. And here we have a figure that I got. I just got it actually the other day, so it's an elf, Oakwood, Oaktown, something like that line. I did shave her ears down, so just to give her a more human look. But she comes with 2 heads, so I just have one of them that way. So that looks pretty cool. And just one last comparisons. I'm going to put here, for sake of it, a Hasbro figure. Kind of can fit into this kind of world. Crystar. And we have Animal Warriors of the Kingdom guard with, again, I got two of the weapons that I got from Harbinger, which I let him use to go with his color scheme. So I like how he looks with that weapons and with the armor that I put on him. Alright, so how do I feel about this figure? First impressions and so forth. I'm really happy to have this figure in my line. He makes, I think, in my opinion, he makes a nice fill-in or substitute for a Conan. If you're trying to get a kind of, again, that look, he definitely could fit that role. I haven't put the other head on him, so let me go and try that, show you guys how he looks without the helmet. And there we go. I think I got it in. And that's how he looks without the helmet. Yeah, this guy is pretty badass, so I really glad I got this figure. I know I keep saying that. So yeah, definitely, if you shop around, see if you can pick them up. Any of your stores. Definitely, there's different places that you can get perhaps still. If anything, I think AliExpress is one of the few places that, depending what deals you can still get them there. They haven't sold out or anything like that for the most part, so you may want to check that place out. You may wait a little bit for him to arrive, but I think right now most places don't have them. They have them sold out. They pretty much just in with the pre-orders, so you may want to try at AliExpress and see which the best deals you can get there. All right, so yeah, thank you for clicking on my video. Please like and subscribe. I hope this was helpful, and that I'll show you the next videos coming up. I've got Jaeger coming in, and I got Ball and Chain also waiting for. So those are 2 other figures from Wave 2 that I'm waiting to get. I didn't get the other 2 yet. I didn't order them, in other words, and I may not. Who-Man and the other ones, I'm kind of on the fence, but those 3, I wanted to get Jaeger, I want to get Krieger, and I wanted to get Ball and Chain. Those are the 3 main ones from the second wave. All right, enjoy collecting, and I'll see you next time in my next video.